The past 3 years of my life I've spent at Word of Life Bible Institute in Hungary. I was a student there for 2 years, and then I did my 1 year internship. So today I just want to briefly talk about 3 different topics that I learned a lot about while I was there. So the first one is responsibility. I learned so much about responsibility in so many different ways. Each student is required um, to do work assignments while they're there. So I learned a lot about responsibility through that by having to show up to each work assignment I was assigned to, whether it be housekeeping, maintenance, dining room. And so I was able to learn a lot about responsibility through having to complete the tasks that were set before me, and also responsibility through doing ministry. Each student is also required to be a part of a ministry team and to do ministry each week. So I learned a lot about responsibility through that, through preparing a class, or one of the years or 2 of the years I was actually leading one of the ministry teams. So I was responsible for getting my team together to meet about our future classes and everything like that. The second thing is ministry. So I learned a lot about ministry. As I mentioned just now, each student was required to be a part of a ministry team, and so I was able to just practically do ministry. I learned a lot about it in class and devotions and chapels also, but just being able to do it practically each week was so great, and I was able to learn so much of what ministry is and what it looks like doing it practically. So that was a really cool thing for me. And because I did a lot of street evangelism, and I was leading an English ministry team also, so it's just really cool. The third thing is friendships. So I learned a lot about friendships while being at Word of Life. Each student is in a dorm room of about 6 to 8 students. It's a big dorm room. It's not separate little rooms, so you're all in the same room. You have devos together and everything. And the community at Word of Life Hungary is also very small. They're only about 80 students. I think that's the most that they've ever had. And so it's just a small community. And obviously you're not going to get along with everybody, but you do get to know people a lot more with such a smaller amount of people. And so I learned a lot about investing in friendships and just the importance of that. And yeah, so those are 3 different things that I wanted to briefly talk about today. 3 things I learned a lot about while being at Word of Life in Hungary. And yeah, so that's it.